we'll go ahead and switch over to that. So when you guys go exclamation mark tournament, you guys can see this. Oh, Dina's here. Hola, Dina. Good to see you. Hola, señor or señorita. Douglas El Perro. Douglas El Perro is here. Yeah. The dog. The dog. Alright, so what do we got? We got these guys right here. VietGangz against Ready to Lose tonight. Okay, so let's take a peek. Let's take a peek at the Ready to Lose right here. Who do we got? We got these fellows. I know these guys. I can tell you more about them. But before we talk about them, let's look at the VietGangz. Who are the VietGangz? Who is on that team? I do not know the team here. This team is so good. What are they at? This doesn't tell me their ranks, but by the way, exclamation mark tournament will tell you all of this stuff. We got K20028. Welcome, Batlex. Hit me up. Alright, so both teams, well, actually, one team has a loss. VietGangz lost to TPP. Actually, they didn't lose to Team PP. They did not show up. That's what happened. They did not show up for the tournament. So they got a loss. Okay, so we have not seen VietGangz play, but we have seen Ready to Lose play. And they did lose their match, unfortunate. Wait, they tied their match. They tied their match. That's right. Bro, they tied their match. So they tied against William T. That was a good match, actually. This was on, I think, Saturday. Not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before they played. When we had the 3 matches. And they won one and lost one. So it was a good game. I remember, actually, Hayate got through. I'm pretty sure Ready to Lose ended up getting Hayate. And they lost that game where they got Hayate. It was funny. Oh, you guys know what that sound means. That means it's time to play, time to go ahead and see our teams drafting here. VGZ against Ready to Lose. Now, let's make sure I have the sides correct. Actually, the left-hand side is Ready to Lose. That's their team name. Are they Ready to Lose? I don't know. We're going to find out. So we need to quickly update that. RTL on the left, they're the blue team, and they are going to be against versus the VGZ, the VietGangz. They are, I actually don't know much about their team other than they all have VGZ in their name. Now that's intimidating. Let's start with that. That's very intimidating when your opponents have their clan name in their username. Kazumoki Kuko asking, does he stream all the games? I do stream all the games that are played in the Premier League. You're absolutely correct. They're uploaded to the YouTube channel. If you want to find out on the YouTube channel, where can you come and watch? Exclamation mark Discord. Make sure you grab the tournament role. Give yourself the tournament role, and the YouTube channel is posted there. I should have the YouTube channel more easily accessible. Unfortunately, you got to go through the Discord. But by joining the Discord, you can find out more about future tournaments. You can connect with all of us off the stream, the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, you're missing out. I'll tell you that right now. We got the bans. We got Zip and Hayate banned for the red team. Good classic bans this series. The Hayate this patch is very strong. Zip always banned pretty much. He's a very strong character. We see Florentino banned by the blue team. They don't want to face Florentino. Interesting. You don't see Florentino banned often unless you know somebody on the opponent's team plays Florentino quite well, which is probably the case here. So we got Florentino and Teamy, of course, being often banned. Teamy is a common ban this patch as well. He's been buffed a lot. He's definitely S tier. So now we have the actual draft occurring. Ryoma and Fennec are chosen so far for the blue team. So Fennec is a jungle marksman. You could put him in the marksman lane. He doesn't function as well. He's very mobile. He can dash through walls very safely. So that's why you often see Fennec in the jungle. Also, we talk about marksmen and how they are built to scale off of equipment. So they benefit a lot more from farm than, say, a tank or a support or even a mid laner might. Marksmen depend the most on items, and so you often see them carrying teams, and so it doesn't not make sense, meaning it does make sense to put them in the jungle so that they can farm and get a lot of gold very quickly. You're usually a little safer in the jungle too than you are in the lane. Of course, that's why you go and you put your support near your marksman. Support often wants to help that marksman scale, and you don't want to always stick with your marksman in the lane unless you're, say, Pyrrha, for example. She's very good at doing that. Usually, as a support, you want to roam, you want to get vision. We have not seen the support pick yet. For the blue team, they were hovering on Lumber. They were thinking about it. Ended up going with Raz instead. Oh, pardon me. Now you'll see the red team is considering banning Lumber. They're thinking of banning Lumber because the blue team was really hovering on Lumber for a while. They were looking at it. Blue team was eyeing it up, and that's Ready to Lose was eyeing it up, and I think red team saw that and said, you know what? Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and ban Lumber. And that's a smart choice. I haven't talked much about red team. We see Wonder Woman, who's pretty strong right now. She was just nerfed. She was even stronger the last patch. She was just recently nerfed, though, which is probably good. She was very strong before, which is, I'll be honest, it's unfortunate to see her get nerfed because we haven't seen much Wonder Woman in a long time. She's been very underwhelming, so it's nice to see her get some love, especially with the new movie coming out on Christmas Day, actually. So hopefully, if you live in a city that has movie theaters open, you can go and watch Wonder Woman, the new one coming out on Christmas. Maybe not. I don't know. Fat Boys is saying he's streaming. Fat Boys, now's not the time to tell us, my friend. I'm streaming right now, man. You can't stream at the same time and tell people you're a funny guy. We got lots of people popping off in the chat cheering for. We got a lot of VGZ. A lot of people voting for VGZ. I see at least 3 people supporting the VGZ. Do we have anybody supporting Ready to Lose in the chat? Let's go Wacky. I see people are wanting Wacky to do well. Yeah, VGC's getting a lot of love in the chat. My goodness. VGZ is so pro. Wow, so many new people. By the way, if you're not following, feel free to drop a follow. The dog will get a treat. Now's the time to do that. You'll see him get a treat right before the game starts. Once we get into the game, of course, it's going to be full game commentary mode, so you guys won't get to see Douglas at all. You get to see him after, though. The ban's continuing. On the blue side, banning mid laners because they knew that red team was up to choose a mid laner. They're banning Ignis and Lorien, 2 very, very strong heroes. Good bans, excellent bans by the blue team. They're going to have to end up facing Alistar, though. Now, Alistar's a good hero against dive compositions. He's just a good rounded hero in general. Why not use a hero that has an ultimate that completely shuts down an opponent? And there's no way to get out of it other than stunning Alistar himself. So pretty cool. We see Chognar getting chosen. Now, if you don't know Lord Ancestor, it loves playing Chognar. So we're seeing Chognar being chosen by the blue team. They have a pretty solid team. They have good CC with Lubu and Raz, and then they're going to have Chognar, who's going to be able to cleanse any CC from the opponents. A very well-rounded team. I'm liking it. I'm really liking their team composition. On the red side, we have Alistar, Crushed, Caphane, Wonder Woman, and Richter. Now, Richter, the last choice. Richter is a Slayer lane hero. Typically, he's one of the, if not the strongest hero in the game right now. Very well-rounded. So he can do a lot of crazy things. He can also be played as a support, and he can roam quite well as a support. But even if he's in the Slayer lane, he can still roam. He's very mobile. He's very strong. We see Caphane being chosen as well. She's been nerfed recently, but she's still pretty good. She did not lose her mobility. She still has the mobility, so that's excellent. So yeah, chat, just want to remind you, let's stay mature. This is going on YouTube, guys, so we don't want to have to block out the chat. We don't have to ban people and such. So yeah, we will time out people if you're saying rude things, etc. So let's just be mature. Let's respect each other and respect these teams that are playing, that have been preparing for tonight. We've all put in a lot of work, and I am so excited to see what these teams have to bring to the game tonight. VGZ on the bottom. Looks like they picked up Not Frosty. I didn't really comment on that. They all have the matching names VGZ except for Not Frosty. I know that they had an issue with their team. They weren't able to get their 5th member the last game. So they unfortunately are starting with a loss in the tournament because they weren't able to get their 5th player that game. So they do have a 5th player now. They have Not Frosty, who you guys often see on the stream here. He plays marksman role quite often. He's a very gifted, good playing marksman. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have on the field here. This is in the bottom left of the blue team, ready to lose. Moving out, they are ready to make the opponents lose. And on the upper right-hand side, the red team, the VietGangz, they are ready to go. They have Alistair and Kresh. Now, Kresh is a very dive-centric hero. He's able to jump on people, and when he gets his ultimate, he gets really big. This is quite a lot of poke here, actually. That's unfortunate. Richter took more damage than he'd want to. Richter being able to negate damage with his S2, his second skill. Negate damage entirely, but he ended up taking more than he wanted. Richter can heal in the bush, though, as well. It's one of his passive abilities. Richter has it all. Everything in his kit. He's a crazy guy. So, because we have Fennec in the jungle, that means the blue team does not have a marksman in the bottom lane. It means they're going to have Lubu down here. Lubu's going to have a little trouble farming against the Caffney, who can poke him out. But the good news is that Caffney can farm pretty safely. Lubu's going to need to scale a little bit before he can jump in there and take on the Caffney. But you know who came in just in the nick of time? Crashed to make sure that she's safe. We see Alistair roam down here as well. Darky's going to follow suit as well. We see actually the whole blue team converging on the bottom here. Fennec's going to clean up that Might Golem, and they're setting up to perhaps take a fight here. If they're able to, Crash is throwing out his first skill, just kind of scaring the red team away, saying, "Here I am." He's roaring like an elephant. And we have Ryoma up here holding down the fort against the two opponents. They know that the jungler on the red team is up top, so Ryoma needs to be safe. We see Lubu popping off his combo onto the Caffney there. And this could be a big fight, actually. They baited the red team in deep. I think Caffney is going to go down here. Raz playing that perfectly. Very well. The positioning on the blue team, they converged down on the red team very well right there. VietGangz was not ready. That was a 3v2. They got baited pretty hard. And we see Raz pushing in the opponents, getting... Oh, we see a flicker. Actually, Alistair has to back out of there. Using that flicker is huge because Alistair does not have any mobility. And we see Crest going down. That's huge. Lubu is doing a lot of damage. Raz as well. All the pokes, the fireballs. He's doing a lot of damage, a lot of poke damage. Now, Raz scales quite well as he buys items that increases his ability power. And he can poke from quite a long range. He hasn't built any ability power items yet, and he's doing all this damage. Frosty going really deep. That's risky of him. But he is able to clear the wave safely so that he is able to run back to the tower in time and not die there. So that's really good. Now let's see what we have going on in the top lane. We still have Richter, who's really hasn't been able to roam at all. Big shoutouts to Shadow there, playing it very well. Oh, Chognar almost going down, but able to make it out. Chognar is not affected by slows because he has his crowd control immunity, CC immunity, with his skills, and his ultimate gives it to his team. Now, the red team, they're roaming together, but they're not really taking any objectives or anything. They're moving, but I feel like they're not moving with as much purpose as the blue team is. I'm really liking how the blue team is playing. I feel as though they've definitely played some games together and worked on communicating. Now, Wonder Woman came in there. Unfortunately, Ryoma was a little overextended. We could see it, but he couldn't. He didn't know, guys. We have the huge vision. We have no fog of war. He didn't see what was coming, but we did. Unfortunately, he went down. That's a big poke from Raz. Crashed has to really stick with Alistair here. Caffney's been almost solo for quite a bit of time because of the threat that the blue team has on Alistair. Now, Q Pro, Wonder Woman hiding in that bush, just watching the traffic go by. Very patient there. She didn't jump on Fennec. She was waiting until Raz went by and tried to jump on him. Raz missing his punch. Oh, we see the big Crest ult. Now the Crest ult gives him a huge shield and as well gives him movement speed for his teammates on that water behind him, that little waterfall. Now that wasn't the greatest position for him to use the ult, but he did it more defensively, I would say. And that's unfortunate. He used up his ult, so he was just free pickings there for the Raz-Ryoma combo. Ryoma is surprisingly bursty and mobile. Ryoma's a very strong pick right now. Not commonly chosen top. He's more often chosen in the jungle. But we're seeing him in the top this game. Oh, wow. That's a huge save. Alistair, look at Frosty's health. I wish I could click on her to see how much health she has. But that was wild. She made it out. Huge ultimate by Alistair. Oh, Caffney went back in prematurely. Wait, did she not? I feel like she did. I'm confused with what happened there. Somebody died. A few people died. There was two deaths. So she must have the rune that revives her right away, it looks like. Oh my goodness. Look at Caffney go. Is she going to be able to live here? No. Raz just has to land the fireball. That was a huge push by Raz. So Raz has a lot of crowd control, but it's not super easy to land the crowd control. You have to be skilled with Raz to do it effectively, and that's what he did. Unbelievable. Fantastic work from the Raz there. Able to secure the kill on the Caffney. Fennec was kind of just supporting Raz at that point. Another dragon for the blue team. Blue team, it's their superior teamwork and their micro skills, each hero individually doing quite well, playing their heroes as they should be played. Kresh defending the tower, pushing the opponents away. Kresh is a little mermaid looking man. Well, you can't be a mermaid and be a man. Maybe you can, I don't know, but he's got a big butter knife, I think, and he's protecting the tower is what I'm trying to get at. Big fight up here between the Slayer laners, and you'll see these fights, they won't usually fully commit to a kill. And this is a big fight. The two junglers facing off in the mid lane. What's going to happen here? Is the team going to converge on them? Wow, looks like Fennec almost able to take out Wonder Woman solo. That was pretty good. Well done by the Fennec. If we look at the gold count, you can see actually that Fennec is ahead in the gold by far, so that definitely helped him out. Kresh getting poked quite a bit. Now, Kresh, if you see under his health bar, has that little red counter, that little red gauge. Once that's full, then he's able to use his ultimate. So he needs to take damage and deal damage to fill it up. So it looks like it fills up over time as well as he uses spells. He's just kind of running around, charging it up, but it does fill up faster. I think it's called Fury. He gets angrier, and then he grows. Kind of like the Hulk in that way. This is a big dive here. They're diving the tower, and we see actually coming around behind them the Richter. Really good roam by the Richter. Kresh is able to make it out. That's really big. That was a good flank by the Richter. Oh, but Raz comes in, just deletes Alistair. It's tough for Alistair. I feel for this Alistair. No movement skills against Raz. Raz is able to poke. That matchup is very team-oriented. It depends how often and well and capable your team is at supporting you between those two mages. Kresh recalling, able to get back home and heal. It's going to take him a little bit of time. Let's look at the gold. Look at the items. We see Fennec, 5.3k gold. Really big, 2.8k gold on the Wonder Woman in the jungle. So just a huge gold lead right now by the blue team. They also have the lead in objectives. Lord Ancestor, very deep. He has crowd control immunity. Is he able to make it out? Almost. Oh, uses his ultimate. Cleanses all the CC. He's running. He's almost able to make it out. I think he's going to live. Wow, that's crazy. He lived. Good job. Lord Ancestor able to make it out. Meanwhile, Fennec as well able to pick off some damage, get some damage in there. Rhyhoma cleaning up 4-1-1. And Fennec is assistant Andy. Fennec's essentially a support with 10 assists. That's insane. The Chognar. I almost called it Omega, but the Chognar, it has more kills and assists, like a combined KDA, one less than Fennec, but the whole team, you can see how they're spreading out their kills and assists, and they're all just doing so phenomenally. I'm really impressed by the blue team this game. Ready to lose is ready to win. That's how it appears to me in this game. We see now red team is kind of held up in their base. It's going to be really tough for them to come back from this goal deficit. Fennec just killing the Slayer. Now that blue team's playing this really well. When you have a lead, this is for all you solo queue players. When you have a lead, you don't just want to run in the middle. Run up the middle. That's not a good idea. You want to push objectives, further your lead, snowball it. Kresh jumps in there. That's a huge jump. He's going to have to ult or risk dying. Oh my goodness. Wonder Woman went in there. Able to pop off her shields. I think she's still going to die. Yeah. She's going to die to Fennec's burn, as well as the poke. Look at that. One fireball from Darky, the Raz, half health on Frosty. One fireball takes off half of Frosty's health. And let's look at the gold difference. Cavaney has 5.1k gold. The most on her team, the Raz, 5.9k gold. So they're similar in gold, but still, like I was saying, he gets more damage as he builds AP. So he got boomstick. He's just going full damage right there, and one shot takes off half of Caffney's HP. Soon he will delete her entire health bar if the red team is not able to make something happen, which is going to be tough for them. They're pushed back into their base, and the Chognar is playing very offensively, which is scary for the red team. See, an offensive Chognar, you can't crowd control him. You can't lock him down because he's CC immune. You can with Alistar's ult though, but that means that Alistar's not using his ult on Fennec or on Ryoma or one of the other threats on the opponent's team, so it's really tough. I do not envy Alistar. Big ult by Crushed. Defensive again, trying to save the tower or at least make it out alive, which he's able to. You'll see the Crushed ults and he just has to hide in his base because he took a lot of damage. And now they're engaging the red team, but the red team does not want to engage here because Crushed does not have his ultimate. They want to be engaging when Crushed has his ultimate. It's such a powerful ultimate, can change games, and they need that if their red team is going to be able to fight back and try to get a victory. Raz throwing in a fireball, barely missing Alistar, but that's okay. He's hitting the fireballs this game. That he's entitled to miss a couple of them. Lubu throwing in a little attack there, his range attack. I'm not sure what it's called, but that skin on the Lubu, look at that. What a beautiful skin, that mech skin. Ooh, not Mexican, Mex-skin. We have a lot of Spanish players in the chat, so shout out to the Spanish players in the chat. I'm sure you guys like the Mexicans as well. Some of you are Mexicans. Alright, that's enough with that pun. Let's take a look at some of the other movement on the map. Alright, we got Raz coming back, making his way back up. We can take a look at the items. Kind of a lull right now. Really, there's not too much to say because red team needs to try to take back some farm, try to gain a foothold in any way. They could actually get a pick here. Now they need to watch for this. The thing is, they have no vision anywhere. Difference between Arena, Valor, and League of Legends, there's no wards. So red team is not able to go out and put wards in their jungle to see what's happening. They just have to be content with not knowing what's going on. But at this point, I feel like red needs to maybe play a little risky, try to get a pick off earlier than this case, because if they just hang out and play really safe, I think they're just going to lose. The blue team has such a huge advantage. This is the team deciding fight up here. That's a 4v5 because we have Ryoma pushing the mid lane, and it looks like it's even now, 3v3, but Ryoma's destroyed that tower, and now he's roaming up. Wow, blue team didn't even need Ryoma in that fight that entire time. That was just a crazy fight. So much happened, hard to commentate. Crash started it with the ult. So usually you want to see Crash jump in and then ult because he gains the ability. He stuns opponents. It's pretty good. They weren't able to do that. I found Crash was having to ult very defensively, not knocking the Crash, but it was just a tough matchup for them. All right, guys, here I am in this screen, and you're wondering why am I in this screen? Because I like to ask you guys, who do you feel was the MVP for both teams? So the winning team going to Ready to Lose, the blue team, we have Chognar, Ryoma, Lubu, Fennec, and Raz. Who was the MVP for you guys? Who stood out for you the most that game? For me, I know Fennec got a lot of assists. He was very active in a lot of the fights. He did a good job getting objectives. I feel that for me is probably probably the Raz or the Chognar. The thing is, the blue team all played so well. Chognar was very aggressive. He was really encroaching on the opponents, that it made them really hard for them to engage or push. Yeah, I'd honestly give MVP to either him or the Raz. On the red team, let's go ahead and we can look at the scoreboard now. You guys have shared your thoughts, I hope, as to who. Remember, we got stream delay, so you guys can't see what I say until 60 seconds after it happened. On the red team, we got Caffney, Wonder Woman, Alistar, Chognar, or that's not Chognar, that is Crushed. They're kind of similar looking guys. If you look at their portraits, very similar. Crushed and Richter. Crushed got the MVP. I probably personally would have given the MVP to... oh man, I don't know. Probably Richter. Richter had a really tough lane, and he got that good flank in the bottom. I remember seeing that good flank in the bottom. That was good positioning. That was necessary. They did pretty good. Almost turned it around. That's tough, though. That was a really tough game. Honestly, that game was won by the teamwork of the blue team. They really executed their plan well. Really did well together. We got chat being so kind. Thank you, chat. GG Doggy. Doggo is here, guys. So if you follow, every new follow rewards the dog with a treat, by the way. Discipler, Peterpot MVP. Thank you, Discipler, best caster. Discipler, yeah. After this tournament, I want to hear your thoughts on Cyberpunk 2077, because I know you were very excited about that game. I appreciate you being here instead of playing that game. Yeah, oh, that's nice. Yeah, you're saying that. You must like me. I think you must if you're here instead of playing that game. So thank you for coming by. Can't wait to hear more about you and the game as well. If you guys don't know Discipler, who's very active on the stream here. He's a huge supporter of myself, and he's really helped us get along financially, and he's always here watching the streams as well. But he has cancer, and so we're going to be doing some special things on the stream here to honor him. I'm excited to tell you guys more about that. Either tonight, well, I need to talk, probably Saturday. On Saturday, we'll get you guys more details, but make sure you guys show Discipler a lot of love for the support he's provided the channel, but also for just what a great guy he is as well. So make sure you guys let him know, send him some love in the chat. That's amazing. I appreciate you guys. All right, so we have, good. Yeah, looks like everybody's here. I'm going to have to switch the Team v Team down here. And Takario's here as well. Yeah, Takario's a big supporter. Actually, Takario donated a lot of money to this tournament, as did Discipler. So, yeah, you guys both contributed to the prize pool of this tournament as well. I appreciate you guys. So we got Ready to Lose. They won one game. Just updating the little score tally at the bottom for you guys. Just doing that. We had to take Douglas to the vet today. He's sad. He's limping, and he has some scabs under his ear. We weren't sure if it's related or what. It's sad times, man. This year has been brutal. My city, I live in Calgary, Alberta. They canceled Christmas. They said you can't see your families for Christmas. You can only stay in your home. So every Christmas I go and visit my foster family, and we get together and open gifts, and it's always wonderful. But they canceled it this year, which is it had to happen. COVID's getting out of control. Nick PK Momo, aka Amy, right? Amy Q is here. We got some good players in the chat right now, guys. We got Conquerors watching. This tournament's just been so great for the exposure, but also to bring attention to Arena of Valor and to the players as well. So thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you share the stream with your friends. Tell them to come watch as well. The more numbers we get for these tournaments and such, the more attention the developers may give us. They've already reached out to me. Somebody representing the developers already reached out to me and was impressed with the tournament that we're hosting. So as long as we continue to pull in these numbers, who knows where we'll go. The 5-year-old at home, I get lots of hugs. That's awesome, Discipler. no better with his foot. Discipler, he's gotten a little worse actually with his limp. Yeah, I mentioned that on Saturday, so it's Wednesday now. Yeah, he's gotten a little worse. So we took him to the vet. They gave him some medicine. I don't know. I guess he wasn't limping at the vet, so when Douglas gets excited, he doesn't limp. Come visit us in Georgia. Oh, you guys can have Christmas in Georgia? That's exciting. All right, we're getting a little distracted here, guys. I need to take a quick drink of water because I'm doing a lot of talking. I see Anihi sending me a bunch of messages on the Discord. By the way, can you play around with these so the side panel can open while the camera is also zoomed up? Oh, what is it? Can you play around with these so the side panel can open? Pick is ready for you. I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, so just so you guys know, there's a ban pick. What does that mean? It means that you cannot choose the same heroes that you played with on your team last game. So I have a ban pick, and he does this awesome graphic I can't show it to you guys without totally leaving this screen, unfortunately, so I can just tell you that the red team cannot choose Chognar, Ryoma, Raz, Fennec, or Lubu. Same here as they chose last game. And blue team cannot choose Wonder Woman, Crushed, Caphany, Alistair, or Richter. And oh my goodness, guys, I missed it. I missed it. Hayate was not banned. Hayate was not banned. But he was chosen. He was chosen. Nick PK Momo says, why ban Hayate? Excellent question. Excellent question. Because I was just talking about there's ban picks. So red team could not have chosen Ryoma, but they banned it. It's okay. I feel like the blue, so they're blue team now, the VietGangz. So the last game they lost by default because they didn't have a fifth member. I feel like, what can I say? I feel like they're not as organized. I feel like maybe they're not as prepared. I feel like maybe Frosty just joined the team recently. I don't know if they've been following the stream as much. Maybe they don't know about the ban picks. You know what? It happens. But now they got a full team of 5. So they're going to be playing. It's going to be awesome. And I'm looking forward to seeing them. Hopefully they win this next game because then both teams would get a point. That would really help the VietGangz out in their bracket. Because they are currently without a win. They have 0 points in their bracket. So getting a win here would give them 1 point. Give each team 1 point. So how it works, if you guys don't know, this tournament, НАGllory tournament, over 9 weeks, $300 of cash prizes. And it's pretty exciting. We're going to have a total of 12 teams playing in the Premier League. A lot of 24 Conquerors, 24 out of the top 50 players on the server are in this tournament. So you're going to get very high skilled players. The tournament plays out over 9 weeks. So the first, say 6 to 7 weeks are the teams playing against the other teams in their brackets. If you win, it's a best of 2 match. So if you win both games, you get 3 points. If you win 1 game and your opponents win 1 game, you each get 1 point. If you win 0 games, you get 0 points. So you want to accumulate points leading up to the end of the first 7 weeks, and then it's like the cutoff. It's like the Stanley Cup at that point. If you're winning if you're in the top 2 in your brackets. So there's three different brackets, each with 4 teams. If you're in the top 2, then you move on to the round robin for the big money, and then at that point it's elimination. So let's look at this. Look at this. So we do see the blue team, the red team actually, they got Hayate. Okay, so the last time they got Hayate, let me talk about what happened the last time they got Hayate. The last time Ready to Lose got Hayate, they lost the game, and that was because their opponents played it very well and they did not allow the red team to take any team fight. It was no. I remember. Sorry. There's in this tournament. There's been 2 times Hayate's been picked. I'm confusing. That was the first time. Okay. Their opponents never let a team fight happen, and so that's why the team with Hayate lost. But the time that Ready to Lose chose Hayate, I remember this very, very clearly now. They did not protect Hayate. They had no crowd control on their team. They had no crowd control on their team whatsoever. And so Hayate, the support pick that game, I remember, it was Chognar. They had no crowd control. So poor Hayate is trying to get damage in. Kept getting crowd control, kept getting killed because he had no peel. He had nobody protecting him. So instead, looks like red team are going to be giving Hayate a lot of protection. The way that Hayate carries the games is that he has to be able to get his damage off. How does he get his damage off? By being alive. That's essentially it. If Hayate is alive, he's doing damage. He's crazy. He's so strong. He does true damage. He's so strong. I don't even know what else to say about Hayate. But you know what's not strong about Hayate is when he's dead. So you really need to protect him. And if he gets crowd controlled, that's the same thing as being dead, pretty much. So blue team has some good CC, some good crowd control. That's Valheim. That's their marksman. Valheim doesn't have a lot of range, but he's very good at kiting because he stuns people with his little. He throws. He's kind of like a budget Hayate, right? Valheim, it looks like he's throwing shurikens, but really, what is he throwing? He has little guns, but he's throwing some. I don't know. We're gonna have to keep an eye on Valheim, see what he is throwing. Is he like the original Hayate? Like he's a wannabe Hayate with guns? I don't know, but they look like shurikens. It's confusing. We see Richter And Lumber as well going to be providing that support for the Hayate. Jinnar being the marksman choice. Jinnar is going to take a lot of focus. He's going to take the focus and the damage, and so is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman as a jungle pick, really, really good with Hayate. I like, again, red team's draft looking very solid. I'm very excited to see it in play. Blue team, okay, interesting. They have Baldum as support. You haven't seen Baldum much lately. He's not as strong as he was. Now his S1 very strong, but we're seeing Baldum with heal, which is to me surprising, because Baldum with heal does not have as much threat, does not have as much pressure as a Baldum with flicker. Because here's how it works. Heal will give your teammates and yourself some health. Cool. It's a very defensive ability. Whereas flicker is very offensive, or it can be defensive to retreat. But Baldum's S1, if you don't know, he dashes. He does a short dash. It's not crazy fast. It's just a dash. He runs along, and he'll throw somebody over his shoulder. Okay? And slow them by a lot. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, look. Valheim has a shuriken in his hand. He's like budget Hayate. Am I right, guys? Anyways. When Baldum doesn't have flicker, he can't, like, his threat range is only as long as his S1 can dash. And if you played against Baldum, you know how far that is. But as soon as he has flicker, oh my goodness, that's scary. So I'm actually really surprised to see Baldum without flicker here. And he's starting in the jungle to help get Kira farmed up quick. That's their plan. Meanwhile, we're going to have Kilgroth against Richter. Now this matchup, I don't know how to score this matchup, to be honest. Richter has a lot of lane priority in his roam. Kilgroth early isn't very strong. I feel like Richter's going to poke him out as the game progresses. Oh, we're missing a fight down here. There you go. Look at that. We had Hayate. Would you look at that? Not only getting a kill, but stealing the jungle. Wow. Red team knows how they're going to win. How is that going to be? That's going to be you get your Hayate fed. Hayate is such a broken character. Very strong right now. So not only getting him chosen, but allowing him to get that first blood there. Jungle minions, they need to pressure the Hayate. Now Hayate is exposed right now. He's out alone. Meanwhile, we got Lord Ancestor. He is leashing the jungle. That's really smart of Lord Ancestor to do, because they know where blue team is. They have vision on the blue team. They don't need to worry. And Hayate is playing safe. So that means Lumber would kind of be wasting his time being in the bot lane. So what can he do? He can help leash the jungle. Excellent. Good job. And that's what he did. Now this is a big fight down here. This is a 3v4. Red team they're the underdogs in this fight. Lord Ancestor's trying to back out. He's getting hit by the Valheim. Looks like he might be able to live. He's able to get out again. He did the same thing last game as Chognar. So how he did that was because he went in the bush. They lost vision of him. Valheim lost vision of him. Valheim would have killed the Lumber if he could hit him, but he couldn't. That was phenomenal. Wow. Good play. We see the Lumber landing the S1 there. Now Lumber still has heal, which he can use to heal his teammates if he needs to. Hayate is attacking the Abyssal Dragon from a distance. Now Abyssal Dragon reset. It's going to walk back, have full health. Baldum just went right in there. I don't know why. I don't know why Baldum went in there. Nothing pulled him in there. I think he was trying to get the kill on the dragon, but the dragon reset, so nobody was going to kill it. I don't think he realized that. That's okay. And instead, actually, blue team able to get the dragon. That's really weird. A really weird sacrifice. Baldum went in, sacrificed himself, and then his team ended up getting the dragon. So maybe it was calculated, guys. It must have been. It must have been. We got the mid lane right here. Baldum's looking around. Oh, Jinnar getting a little poke off there. Yeah, we'll see Richter. Look at this priority here. He's able to get the bird pretty safely. Kilgroth's going to come back, take a peek at the jungle. Getting Kira primed so that she can get this farm. Or is Kilgroth actually just going to take it? He's just going to take her jungle. I mean, Kilgroth does need gold. He needs to scale. So I guess it's understandable. We can forgive him. Chat saying Ignis would be a good pick. Ignis is a very strong pick for sure. He's often banned in this tournament. I'm not sure if he was banned that round. If he wasn't, then yeah, he would have been a good pick for sure. Jinnar's actually... yeah, Jinnar's also really great too. Jinnar, I can understand the reasoning with Jinnar as over Ignis. Yeah, but Ignis goes well with Hayate for the CC and the peel. So there's going to be a collapse up here onto Richter potentially. No, Richter's just so slippery. His S1 is a dash. He can just go over the wall, go back to the lane. He doesn't care. This could be a big fight in the bush right here. Low battery. We're going to have to plug in my phone. Sorry about that. Okay, the big fight continues. Baldum landing the ult on 2 of the red team opponents. That's actually really clutch. He was almost able to make it out. Not quite. That's too bad. And his heal's on cooldown. Not able to get the health off. In that fight, probably would have allowed him to live, but of course it was on cooldown. Not much you can do about that. So that was another good fight, good engage by the red team. That was a good Baldum ult, but not quite enough to save himself or the team. Baldum's ult is a tricky ult. If you guys saw it, it's a giant circle on the ground, sucks people in. Now, oh, Kira's ready. She wants to get this Hayate. She's thirsting. She went in. She needed the Valheim stun to be able to do it. Valheim did stun, but it wasn't quite enough. Jinnar's now going in. Jinnar's going in quite deep. He needs to not thirst too much. I think he overthirsted. I think he got too thirsty. Yeah, he's going to die. But he was able to tie up the teammates. A big lumber ult. Big lumber ult right there. Not quite able to get the Valheim, but they were able to take out the Tulin and the Kira in that bottom lane. That was a really big ult. Really good engage and roam as well. Look at Richter. He's down in the bottom lane right now, and blue team's not worried about that. In fact, to respond, they had to send Kilgroth down there, so there's actually no pressure at all on the top lane right now. Red team knows that, and they're actually in a suitable position to take the dragon. Blue team may contest it, though. I doubt it. They're not going to be able to win that fight if they go in. Baldum's scouting it out. Is he going to do another one of his dashes? No, he has to use his ult defensively. Hayate goes in. Shuriken's ablazing, spinning those around. Wonder Woman dives in there into the fight, able to get a big ult off, big shield, big knockups as well. Jinnar comes in, just cleans up as well. Wow, Jinnar and Wonder Woman. It's a really good combo, and look who's alive. That's right, guys. It's Hayate. He's still alive. 4-0 and 2. I mean, when you get Hayate on your team, this is what you need to do. You need to protect him. That's what red team is doing here. Ready to lose is really, they really changed up their game. I'm really impressed. The last time they had a Hayate, their team composition was unfortunate to say the least, but now they took an excellent composition. They definitely came out on top in the draft. Lord Ancestor, look at that movement. He's getting the vision. He's scaring the Kilgroth. He dashes over the corner of that wall. Sneaky plays. Lumber can do that. Lumber's just a very mobile support. If you have not played Lumber, definitely recommend checking him out. He's a pretty strong hero. Good to use. Great support hero. And we see a big fight going in here. Jinnar just comes in, dealing all his damage. He heals as well with his ultimate ability. Lumber as well, giving extra defense and magic defense, or magical resistance to Jinnar as well in that fight. And just making Jinnar super tanky. This Lumber pick was really solid. How is Lumber performing? 1, 0, and 4. Yeah, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Really good choice. This draft is really good. Now this is a big fight for the, over the red buff, and Kira is going to go down. Yeah. Oh, that Lumber ult, securing the Tulin, but not the Kira. But even just getting the Tulin and slowing the Kira makes the Kira's rotation even slower. Now she has to go back. She has to heal, but it took her longer to walk back. That's not the biggest concern though of the blue team. But it's small victories like those. It's small wins that lead to the big wins. And so you see small wins like that for even the Lumber landing the ultimate, slowing down the Kira. It's little things like that over the course of the game that really add up. And of course, killing the Tulin with that ultimate was very big as well. Definitely more impactful than slowing the Kira. But all things considered, red team really doing a good job of gaining a lead and then maintaining it. Look how many kills the blue team has. Look how many kills. Not many. And that one kill, that Jinnar kill that they got, look at what they gained off of it. Meanwhile, what is going on up here? This crazy, tanky Wonder Woman. She's now fighting against the Kilgroth. And she ends up making it out. Now she really needs to back up. But yeah, she'll die to Kira. She does die to Kira. Kilgroth ran back. Isn't going to heal. He's going to run back. This is a huge Baldum ult. That's really big. Landing that Baldum ult made it so that the blue team could converge. Oh my goodness, Jinnar's coming in here. He's primed to clean up. Is he going after Kira? That was he probably shouldn't have. That's a tough decision to know which direction to go. He ends up living. Wow, that's really good. He ends up living, but unfortunately the blue team's is that Kilgroth there? Yeah, Kilgroth ends up living as well. So If Jinnar had gone up, he would have been for sure able to get that Kilgrath, but he was really hoping to get the Kira. Kira, of course, is the only player with kills on the blue team, so it makes sense to try to kill her, to try to prioritize her. It's unfortunate he wasn't able to catch her, but yeah, Kira is definitely carrying the blue team right here. She's playing like an assassin should. Okay, look at her going through the walls. You know, doing a bit of damage. She's trying to force the red team into overextending. She knows that they chased her in that last fight, went really deep. So she makes for good bait right now. She just has to really depend on her team to be doing damage. Now, the damage dealers they need Kilgrath to get really farmed, which he's having trouble doing. And then they also need Tulin is going to be a good source of damage. But without the mid lane tower, it's really tough. Really tough for a mid laner to farm. In any MOBA game, really, that's just the nature of the MOBAs, the 3 lanes, that's how they work. 4 deep in the blue team's jungle. This is a 4v5 here as Valheim joins the fight. Richter is up here fighting that tall man. I mean, he's not a little man, he's a tall guy. Yeah, and nothing too much happening there, and red team is safe. Like they don't want to force a fight if they don't need to. They just want blue team to be stuck in their base. That's all they need, and they're actually so far ahead in gold they could force a fight with Jinnar's ult, a Lumber ult as well would be pretty clutch here. Yeah, Lumber saving it. He's saving it a little defensively. Okay, looks like Richter able to make it out, blocking Kira's skill shots. Now Richter is pretty good against Kira because Kira's damage burst is predictable. You can time it, you can watch it, and you can time it. And so Richter's S2 gives him invincibility for 0.75 seconds. 0.75 seconds, not 75 seconds. That'd be a long. That'd be over a minute. That would be just way too strong. So he can see the telegraphed attacks from Kira and block them. So that makes it tough for a poor blue team. Slayer goes down. Good pickup by the red team. Just the same as last game. Like I was saying, they push, and then rather than all going middle, trying to push a tower, trying to force a big team fight, they're just playing safe. They're taking objectives. When you see the high-level teams play against each other, this is what they do. They turn those small wins into big wins. That's what you got to do. Yeah, we see Hayate doing some damage. Kira diving right in. Now that's risky for her. She's the main damage source of her team. That's a huge ball to maul. That's really good. It allows his team to retreat. I don't know why the team stayed. They stayed a little too long. Kilgrath's trying to run. Yeah, and now the minion wave is in the bottom. Richter blocking that tower shot. Would have killed him. He blocked it. Good on him. Good job, Richter. Taking some more towers. The red team's just very methodical. Ready to lose. Playing very well here. It's going to be a 4v3 in the bottom here. Jinnar going in super deep. Oh, the Lumber ult again just slows down the opponents, knocks them up, damages them. So crazy. What is Hayate's kill count? Oh my goodness. 6-0-2 on that Hayate. That is crazy. That was a wild game. Oh my goodness. Guys, tell me in the chat, who do you think your MVP was? Who was your MVP for the red team? All right, red team, the winning team, ready to lose. They had Wonder Woman, Richter, Lumber, Jinnar, and Hayate. Who was the MVPs for you guys on that team? Let me hear your thoughts. And then on the blue team, we had Valheim, Kilgrath, Kira, Tulin, and Baldum. My thoughts, we're gonna pull it up here. Let's see what you guys think. I can't read your comments because we got stream delay, but I'm sure you guys are putting in some awesome comments on who you think got MVP for the red team. Let's go ahead. Spoilers. We're gonna find out. It was Wonder Woman. That's the Superman theme song. I don't know the Wonder Woman theme song. Otherwise, I'd sing that one to you guys. Wonder Woman got MVP. That's what the game gave. I would give that MVP to Lumber. For me, Lumber's ultimates were really good. He, like early on, remember I said he was leashing the jungle with the Wonder Woman. I pointed that out. Like just good positioning. He wasn't really wasting his time. Even the movement in the top lane where he went close to the tower but then dashed over the wall. Like it's just oppressive. Like he's just exerting this aggressive attitude towards the blue team. Both games he did that. He did that against the the VietGangz in the last game as well with his Chagnar. So that's personally for me, I'd give MVP. But overall, the red team was the solid draft. It's crazy to see how much they've improved from the last time they played. The last time they got Hayate, you know, you need to protect that guy, and they didn't protect him. This game, completely different story. You saw, and that Wonder Woman pick was really good. Look at how she lassoed the opponents. That was a team fight that was really clean. She lassoed the opponents. She went in, got a big shield. She's taking all the damage, taking all of their ultimates, all their skills. Meanwhile, Hayate can just come and clean up. And then the Jinnar as well. That was good. I actually think Jinnar may have been better than Ignis for them, particularly if they're more comfortable with Jinnar. Yeah, going in with that ultimate, that Jinnar ult, was really nice. Let's talk about blue team. We need to give these guys some love too. VietGangz showed up tonight. We appreciate them coming out and playing. Yeah, I feel like Baldum with the heal was harder for them. They couldn't be as oppressive as they needed to be. They needed Kilgroth to get a little more farmed, which he wasn't able to do. It's a tough matchup. I mean, Kilgroth's not a meta pick right now. He's not a super strong pick. We got Takario with the bits. Thank you, Takario. We're gonna go ahead and give Douglas a treat for that. Thank you for that. All right, let's go ahead and get this up. Get the doll camera up here. Here you go, Douglas. Douglas, there you go. That's from Takario. Takario, thank you for those bits. I appreciate that. Oh, and I'm a girl. Doggy Nika says she's a girl. All right, we're getting match invites from the guys. Thank you, guys, for these match invites. Hold on, guys. Hold on, please. Hold on. I'm commentating. Decline invitation from player for 5 minutes. I'm gonna have to decline it, guys. Just stop, please. I can't play right now. I gotta talk with the people. You guys, bruh. In the wise words of Lord Ancestor, bruh. That's what he says. BRUH. Bruh. 0, 1, 10. Who went 0, 1, 10? Nobody went 0, 1, 10. Oh, Darky did. Oh yeah, Darky's in the chat saying his score 0, 1, 10. Darky, you actually did so good. I mean, not everybody on the team can get the kills, right? You look at that damage dealt. You did the most damage dealt. That's crazy. Look at you, bro. Oh. So you guys saw our battery almost died. Our battery almost died that last game, so we need to plug this in. We need to plug this in. There we go. We got our cord. We got our cord, and we're gonna plug that in. All right, guys, don't go anywhere, guys. The tournament portion's over, but we have some exciting time still left with you guys. I actually got a new light. So you'll notice I don't have this shadow by my chin anymore, which I did before, because I got a new light for my face. So that's helpful. Trained him well, Kira. Good job. Lord Ancestor, your words are wise. Yes, you're bruh. I need a bruh emote. What would be a good bruh emote? Is the Petrie? Let's see my emotes. We got Peter Pog, right? So type it in the chat. That, or I'm showing a few of what it could be. All right, you guys let me know in the chat which bruh that should be. We have stream delay on right now, guys. We have stream delay on. So first off, congratulations to Ready to Lose. Good work. You guys did it. You killed it. Good job, guys. I can see you guys have been practicing. And it paid off. It really showed.